louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad you're here, and today, as you can see, I'm going to be doing another swipe. And I have had problems trying to get the right color combination for this piece. Now this is going to be a fusion piece. This wood is just beautiful. I've sanded it and I've got so many colors in here. I almost don't even want to cover up the wood. But the cool thing is I've got this bark that just did not want to come off. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to work around it. So this is my idea, is to work on this, have a swipe for this, and we'll see what we come up with. So I've got my swiping palette knife I'm planning on using, and I'm planning on doing at least two. I might do a third. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. So anyway, I got to stop looking over there at what I've created already and just get focusing on what I'm going to do. So this is my Multipro pillow. This is what I'm going to swipe across. And I'm going to stretch this out a little bit beforehand. So I want to minimize the amount of spinning I have to do. So as I go through this part, I'm going to go on fast forward and skip a couple parts as I will through the whole video, but you'll be left with the most important bits that you can take with you. In this moment of quiet as I stretch this out, I just want to point out I do have a 10% discount in my description for KS resin if you'd like to take a look at that. We all benefit. You get 10% off and I get 5% back toward future purchases. So now lay my colors down. Now on the last one, I went a little heavy-handed on the black. I'm going to lighten up on the black a little bit. And this is my Tri-Art Carbon Black. That's my stomach. I'm getting almost out of my black anyway, so this better work. I said I was going to lighten up on the black, didn't I? And there I went whole hog again. This is my Deco Art Aloe. I'll flash it up here. And just to let you know, all of my paints are mixed with my pouring medium, which is Valspar 833124 and MinWax semi-gloss at a ratio of about 3 parts Valspar to 1 part MinWax. You notice I'm doing this, layering these colors differently than I have been. Before I was doing this, going this way. Definitely a difference. If you want to see the difference, check out some of my prior videos, like my walking stick. That's a good one, where I'm layering it the opposite direction, and you can see the effects that that has on how it swipes out. And just so you know, this is Amsterdam's Titan Buff Dark. I want to make sure it's lighter this time, so I'm going to put a little extra dose. Okay, that is my Titan Buff. This is my gold. Yep, that should be good. And the last color is the Olive Green Deep by Amsterdam. I'll go over the colors real quick. I'll show you the colors too. Okay, cell activator. So now you see I have a lot more up this way. As I go through this, it's going to push that all out. It's going to kind of be like a tidal wave coming in with all the paint pushing everything forward. So that's why I cut it off where it is, because I don't need to have it fully covered to the edge. I am getting better at swipes though. Or maybe I think I am. They are fun. It's so relaxing. Although I do take a deep breath beforehand just to get in that mindset, a very calm mindset. Dump off the extra. And now this is my Australian Floetrol cell activator. I do have my own recipe. It's American Floetrol cell activator. It's video 141. I show you the recipe and how I make it right in front of you. I'll link it above here. And for my Australian Floetrol, I usually go about 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. All right, deep breath, and then we're gonna glide it across at a little bit of an angle, like about a 15-degree angle, 10 to 15, 20 degrees. As I pull it across, I try to go as smoothly as possible all the way through. Here we go. See what we get here. I do like this color combination. I'm hoping this is going to work for this piece. I got paint skins all over the place. Matter of fact, I have got a friend I'm going to just give paint skins to because she does jewelry. And I've got good paint skins. They just didn't come out right for what I need. And I'm not just going to let them sit there forever. So I'm going to be giving them to a friend of mine who does jewelry. So she'll be able to make some nice jewelry. Yes. Looks great. If I say so myself. So I'm going to give a little bit of drizzle on here. I'll go on fast forward through this part. Wow, I need to do this color combination more often. In fact, I need to make some blooms with this. This is beautiful. And the reason why I'm adding more pillow paint around this is for when I get ready to spin, I need to have the composition have a place to flow onto. So that pillow paint is the extra paint for the composition to stretch to. You always got to be careful when you're going over the top. My problem is, again, I'm too far to this side. I'll have to put a stick under there to keep it on the silicone mat. And the spots pop out perfectly, absolutely perfectly. I said this in one of the other videos, that this is probably the most forgiving color palette I've ever worked with. I put these sticks in here in the end to not allow that extra to go over the edge. We'll just hold on to it right where it is. Let's just go like this. I'll push it over here. I don't mind if it goes this way. It can go that way. I think we're going to be almost done here. And I know I've said this before, but the beautiful thing about these skins is that you have real control over how the shape takes and how you place it on your final creation. I feel a set of coasters coming in this color palette. A little bit smeary in here. But you know what? It's fine because having everything like this would be like brain overload. So I think we're going to call this done. Let me just give you a showing. I'll put this to bed. I'll see how these guys dry. I'm going to make more of this paint up tonight, so tomorrow morning I can get started again. But this is gorgeous. So pretty. Okay. we'll see you back for whatever the next step is going to be, and take care. So everyone, I created 4 paint skins, but here are 3 of the creations that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use just some bits and chunks from each of these 3 for this creation as we go forward from here. But next we'll be pulling off the skins from the silicone mats. So I'm going to talk over this part as well. So I ended up with 4 paint skins. They're on the silicone mat. I've let them dry, I think 4 or 5 days. You can tell when it's dry. You can start to peel up the edge and it comes off really easy. Take a look at that. It comes off by itself. So just peel it off, and then you have your paint skin ready to shape in whatever kind of style, format, whatever chunks you want to take out of it. It's up to you at this point. Once you have the skin, now it's yours to shape and play with. So I'm going to show you one more, and then we'll come back for the next part of this creation. So once again, grab an edge, just peel it up, very easy, and once you have it gliding off, it just comes right off. Just that simple. Okay, so we're going to be back for the next part. All right, back in a second. Hey everyone, so since what I do is so dependent on just ideas that come to me as I'm working on a fusion piece, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. And it's getting to the point now where I've got various skins and various creations off to the side where I can kind of plug and play different things like a part store in my creations. So I've kind of decided I'm going to go with a green paint skin. But of most interesting is that I think I'm going to go with something like this. And I'm going to fill in this hole. Something like that. So just imagine this with this of some kind. I got a little baby alligator or a dragon, maybe a little brother to my mystical creature, which is a previous video I did that I'll link. Yeah, so the question now is, how do I get a paint skin that will lay in a way that can be molded into an eye shape and then secured? That is the question of the day. Stay tuned for how I figure this one out. All right, everyone, so since this was all just speculation, I ended up taking modeling clay and stuffing it into the shape that I wanted to have fill that gap, that hole. So, of course, I first got the rough shape into the hole, and then I basically took the clay and stuffed in behind it to get it to fill the eye in such a way that it looks almost natural. And I'm telling you, this is really exciting. Look at how this turned out. This is so cool. I even used my Dremel sander to try to shape a little bit of a mouth here. And if you want to see the type of tools I use for sanding, it's video 332. I will link it above. It's one of my first fusion creations, and I share that in that video. Hi, everyone. So as I continue along with this crazy thing, this is the paint skin application. And I can't show you all of it, how it's going to lay out, because this thing, first of all, is not flat. And I can't get this on here and show it to you in a way that you're going to understand what I'm doing. So I actually have pieces numbered on how they're going to go on this wood piece, where they're going to go. And what I will show you is this really cool thing I did with the eyeball. That is so cool. I can't believe how good that turned out. But what I am going to show you now is I'm going to have all these kind of skins. And here are the skins, my original skins. And it's almost like I've become a part store where I've got all these different shapes and pieces. And I'm kind of just putting the puzzle together based on what seems to fit. But I am only going to have one stream of gold in this. And this was from another creation that I did. Because this particular skin, well, where's the skin? Yeah, and this skin, I wasn't going to use it for anything immediately. So I thought, you know what, I might as well use it now since I've got a use for it now. And since I had the eye that's this color, I thought this skin to match would look really cool. Now what I have under here is the bark that's still left on from this tree. So I'm preserving that. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this skin like this, because this is the easiest thing I can do, and essentially I'm showing you how I'm going to do all of it. I just can't show you each one because, like I said, it's too unbalanced. So real easy, real simple. We're not prepared. I've been such a mess lately. I got like all these things going on. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to put the varnish on the back. Add some varnish to the top. In the general direction I'm going to go. Now ultimately this is going to get resin, so I don't mind if I have a little... Oh, by the way, this is the gloss varnish. So let's get this on. I'm trying to fit it right in there where it's going to look like it fits. And then run it across. And this is all I do to apply my skins. It's this easy. And I really, like if you've seen my, functional art creations, my charcuterie boards and things, I swear that this is the way to do it. Make a skin. You have a lot more control over it. You can shape it. You can control exactly where it's going to go on your board. And now, I'm not a bad bloomer, but I've actually tried blooming on charcuterie boards, and I can't get it to work the way I want it to. I want a certain look. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Stop the presses. I forgot to paint the edges. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to color the sides so that it will blend in with this piece. I need to actually color all the sides. Okay, I'll be back. So since I just told you about what I'm going to do, what I have here is it's a brush, another gift from another artist. It's just a black marker, essentially. And I'm going to mark up the sides that are white. So when this lays down and gets resined, this will blend right into the whole piece. So I'll be back for the actual application. All right, everybody, I'm back. I've even turned on the vent and the heater because it's so hot in here. So I did go around and painted the sides. I didn't paint them, but it's like here's a regular one with its white on the sides. And now all these I've colored with that marker black. You can even just use a Sharpie. So now when I have it down there, it's not going to show up so much. So I'm going to show you this one. And and most of my videos that I do these types of creations, these art fusions, I do show the application of the paint skin. Let's try it again. It's a good thing I thought about it before I actually started really pushing it in there. Okay, so here we go. I just want to line up and go off the edge, right in that little crux. In the end, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the end yet, so I'm going to just let it sit there. So this is all I do. I'm going to just push it down, get all the excess, get the excess varnish out. And that's pretty much all she does. That's all she is. Just let it dry. And there we are. So I'm going to tune this off, and I'll be putting the rest of this on, and I'll make adjustments as needed, and I'll be back for whatever I decide is necessary to show you next. Okay, we'll see you again. So everyone, I never got back to showing you the finished result with the skins on before resin, but here she is, fully resined with all the skins applied. And I am really loving the way this turned out. This is so cool. These are so fun to do, and I've heard people say, oh, it takes too long. Well, it does take a while, but that's part of the joy of this, is that it takes time. You got to think through this, and it really taps into your creative side. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to keep this as brief and concise as possible. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell and all. You'll get all my latest tutorials. I would also ask that everybody give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I get back to everybody, and that does help my YouTube algorithm. I seem to have been in a stall lately and would really appreciate the support to help this channel grow. At the end, I will link my Fusion playlist so you can see other creations like this. And also, just to throw out there, all of my creations are for sale, and I do create on commission. And also check out my description for links to some of the products I use and some other valuable videos. So that's all I have for now, everybody. Take care. Till next time.